Welcome to the King of Iron Fist Tournament 7.
Yeah, I'm doing this again. Since I did a Bison video, I wanted to talk about Geese Howard.
Geese Howard.
Particularly what I like about him as an evil villain. He's just evil. I find that genuinely fascinating, how the fact that he's just evil. There's nothing, well, there was tragic elements, but that stopped mattering. Like, it doesn't matter anymore. He's not like Dio from JoJo. It's like, yeah, they're there. The difference between him and Dio is that Dio's aware, you know? Dio's aware of what he became. He just doesn't care. And it's weird to me because, like, what does Geese do with his evil? He just does criminal activities like drug trafficking, murder, crime. That's it. And some killing. Like, he's just a spiteful asshole. Like, he killed Jeff out of spite. And he's ruling Southtown as evil emperor because he's just power hungry. That's all you need.
Round 3. Fight.
And people just take it seriously. Like, it's like, yeah, he has a ridiculous name, but who cares? He's still doing evil things. And if he does have moments where he just like has sympathetic qualities like that, like he uses that to his advantage, it doesn't matter. Because due to his sympathetic qualities outweigh or even justify or even explain why he does what he does. Does it really take you to understand him? Like, do you really need to understand him, first of all? Like, I don't think you need to. I mean, otherwise, why else is the big focus knowing the fact that he's just evil? You know what I mean?
Come on. This might be amusing.
Are you ready?
Round 1.
Like, it's fascinating to me. I mentioned in my previous, like, one of my first video, actually, I should say, is that I have not played Fatal Fury or any of those games before. But I learned a lot about him, right? I know about boss syndrome, I know all these different things. Yeah. I'm familiar with all that. So imagine my shock when I learned he's just a pure evil monster. Like, he's just power hungry.
Round 2. Fight.
Like, it's just that. It's simply that. And I watched the anime series, King of Fighters Destiny. All he did was just release some of his chi, and people were legit terrified of him. Like, it looked like something from out of Bleach. Like, he just, you know, spiritual pressure, just released that shit. And people were terrified or suffocating. It's just interesting to me. Like, all he just does is shit like this. Like, hold on. Like, he's just using energy from the earth.
Round 4.
That's all it takes.
Fight.
He manipulates people, he just doesn't care, and I just love that. So, yeah. And it's so funny to me that he's from Florida. I'm from Florida. I was born and raised here for the most part. Like I even got in the fact that he's not even Japanese, and yet the one of the biggest things about him is he's obsessed with Japanese culture. He's a weeb. He's a weeb from Florida. He is a weeb from Florida, my state. He's a power hungry monster who does other fucking things. He has a whole fucking great rivalry with Jeff, like Tori Beauregard and all these. It's so stupid. I love it. I miss shit like that. But nowadays we just have ridiculous things like
This might be amusing.
remakes making evil people more understandable, sympathetic, where the fuck. I'm just like so tired of it that I just go back to characters like Geese and just be like, I prefer this.
KO.
Like this is just more interesting to me.
Round 2.
It reminds me of back then when people just talking about how like evil villains are boring because of this and because of that, and it's just like I have to ask. So when every villain is sympathetic or understanding or whatever where the fuck, doesn't that kind of defeat the purpose if everyone's understandable?
Round 3.
Like can't that be true in the opposite sense? Like if everyone's sympathetic, then what does that say? Like, you know what I mean? Like a great example of what I'm talking about is what they try to do with Heihachi in Tekken 7. Try to make you understand from his point of view. I'm just like, no.
You win.
Know your place.
I'm sorry, but no. You can never try to convince me that Heihachi felt like he was doing the right thing or anything like that. You cannot convince me that he was that in tune with emotions or where the fuck. You can't convince me. He's not that fucking interesting. He's evil. He's evil like Geese Howard is evil. He's power hungry monster. He's a fucking tyrant. They're tyrants. And they're always going to be tyrants. Take that away, you're just making a very boring character that everybody's seen 1,000 times. In the same sense that people think that evil villains are boring. It's ironic.
Perfect. Round 2.
It's genuinely ironic. Speaking of Geese Howard and Heihachi, I remember watching that death battle. I was thinking to myself, you know what? I'm rooting for Geese.
KO.
Unfortunately, Geese lost.
Round 3.
Because supposedly, what Geese deals with is nothing compares to the Doujin, and I honestly disagree. Like, I genuinely disagree with that. I think fucking beings like Verse and all them are worse than the Doujin. Like, they're more dangerous and more powerful and things like that. Especially considering the fact that the manga for the King of Fighters 15 game is more or less canon. And knowing how Tekken has a weird way of showcasing how powerful the Mishimas are, they love to say it, but they don't really like to show it. It's embarrassing. Like, I know, for instance, Doujin has a laser, but they don't really show the laser in action that much. And when they do, it's very disappointing. Like, there's not much to go off of. Like, ooh, it slices through a building. Cool. But what else does it do? Can I get more examples of what it can do? If you're going to try to add its absolute power, give me more examples. And Geese has actually shown more examples to, like, you know, things like that. So that's my thing. Oh dear.
Round 2. Fight.
I do not like how Akuma is portrayed in this game, both gameplay-wise and lore. one, he's extremely slow, and he has nothing beyond just... Kazumi apparently told me to find you and kill you if she died. And the reason why you're able to do that is because, well, she supposedly saved you at one point. What the actual fuck?
Fight.
And then he's just run out of existence. Like, he doesn't matter at all. Too easy. I don't know. They were trying way too hard. Come on, do it. So yeah,
You win.
that's about all I want to talk about regarding Geese. He's honestly a treat. And I wish more characters were as evil as him, if not more so. That'd be nice. Because generally, I'm just so sick of the lack of fun evil types. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Enjoy.